Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Shani Speaks Now, and I'm Shani, of course, and I'm so glad that you're here and that you're watching. I know I took a couple of weeks off because the month of April was a pretty busy one. It was my birthday month. Whoop whoop. It was Easter, which is one of my favorite holidays, and other than that, it was just busy. But we're in the month of May, and I'm so excited because this month I am debuting another one of my segments on Shani Speaks Now, which is Little Big Sis. I love youth, I love mentoring, I love mentees, I love giving back and pouring into people's lives and having them pour into mine. And that's what this segment is all about. So today is a little bit of a treat. You're gonna get a chance to meet one of my mentees, Destiny. We're gonna chop it up a little bit, talk about mentoring and why it's important to us. And also maybe you'll find out some more things about her and about me that will make you excited about maybe either being a mentor or having a mentee of your own one of these days. Well, without further ado, let's meet Destiny. Let's chill. Let's vibe like we usually do. All right, that's all I have. We're gonna go meet Destiny now. Okay, so I didn't lie. I told you that I was gonna be back here with my mentee Destiny, and she's here. Hi, Destiny.
Hey.
So Destiny has been I've known Destiny for years. So even though I wasn't her mentor for years, I was actually a part of her life as a youth leader at a church that we both went to, and then she gave me like a heart for it when she asked me to be her mentor because we have some of the same interests.
Yep.
So first and foremost, why do you think it's important to have a mentor?
I think it's important to have a mentor because I feel like you need someone that's not family, someone that you're not a stranger, but you're not super close with them. Just someone that you can build a relationship with as you guys get to learn each other more. You guys can see different personalities within each other. She brings out my personality, and just having someone to just be there for you and just see their growth, and they can see your growth as well, is just something that's needed in life.
I agree, and what I love is I also have a mentor. So I have a couple mentors. I actually have mentors in like different things. I have a mentor that's kind of like the overall mentor. I've had mentors in business. I've had mentors for finances. So sometimes it might not be just one person. You might find someone that you like. But even though she's talking about how great it is to have a mentor, I love having mentees because I learn just as much from her or any of the girls that I've mentored as they hopefully learn from me too. Because I kind of give and take, because granted, she's a very smart, very beautiful girl, and there's different perspectives when we have conversations with each other that I get, and just kind of exploring her aspect of life and some of the things that she goes through versus some of the things I go through. I get a chance to learn a lot from you too, so I think that's why it's important to have a mentor, and also to be a mentor, but to have a mentee and to be a mentee.
And her stories, they shed so much light on me. She does not know how her stories definitely affect my life. Like some of the things that she's been through, that she's talked about, like I don't even think that you know some of the stuff that I go through, and then it's like her just talking about it. It's just like it's refreshing to know that she's been through some of the stuff that I'm going through now. So
she gonna make me cry, y'all. I didn't even pay her. I didn't pay her to say all that. Don't do it to me, Destiny. Don't do it to me. Now I know for me, being a mentor is definitely a lot of fun, but it's also kind of a little bit of work. And when you're, being a mentor, you do have a lot of responsibility to consider, and I think even as a mentee. So for you, what did you consider in either, choosing a mentor or knowing that you would have a mentor?
I think the biggest factor for me was making sure that I could trust the person, especially because with a mentor, you want to make sure that you're telling them as much as you can so they can try and help you as much as they can. I think accountability goes a long way with that. So being able to trust that person is a big factor. You want to make sure that they don't tell your secrets because you don't want the whole world knowing everything. A lot of people, like to gossip and whatever. So I think trust is probably the biggest factor for me.
Right, that's good. That's a good thing. I think, so for me, I think the same things in being a mentor. I think for me, on the mentee's perspective and having a mentee, is I do realize that it's a different relationship than what you have with your parents, because I'm not your parent, so I give guidance, but I understand that it's not my job to discipline and say, well, you shouldn't have done that, or what were you thinking? I try to listen and be as non-judgmental as possible and hopefully guide a decision, or if I thought that something was a little bit, crazy, I'll more ask about it and be like, all right, well, what were you thinking when you did that? Or how did that make you feel? Or, what do you think your parents would think about that? I think the biggest thing in being a mentor is really respecting the parent of who you're mentoring, because some of the things that that you may think are valuable or that you want to instill may be different than what your mentee has grown up knowing about. And I never want to act like I'm the parent, or what I say or what guidance I give kind of overshadows what you've already learned. Now, thankfully for Destiny, I know her parents and they're amazing. So that's really thankfully not a factor, but I have had some mentoring relationships where that's been a challenge. So, I mean, obviously I'm your mentor and you chose me, you asked me to be your mentor. What were some of the things that you consider that made you decide to choose me? And don't worry, I'm not fishing for compliments. I really just want to know. So I'm not asking her to say all these great things. I mean, I'm not upset about it. No, but seriously, what made you think about asking me to be your mentor?
Number one, consistency. She lives a pretty consistent lifestyle. She's not telling me to do one thing and then she's going out and doing the complete opposite. So definitely her consistent lifestyle. She is very passionate about what she does. Her career path. I want to be literally just like her.
There's too much pressure.
Not just like her, but just a little bit different. That was different. So yeah, definitely her career path. She's doing the things that I want to do eventually. So her doing that, I can see how to get there. The steps that she's taking.
It's okay. You said a lot of great things. Hope you guys got that. Hope you're watching. No, just playing. Yeah. And I do think, which is funny for me, because a lot of the mentees I've had usually have asked. Now we've cultivated relationships already, but I usually wait, and I think that's one thing as a mentor that you should consider. Sometimes there are times where you might see a need and you want to ask to be someone's mentor, but I always love it better when they ask me and invite me to be a part of their lives, because I feel like they consider those things. She had to think about, she had to watch me for a while. She had to know, all right, is this somebody that I really kind of want to pour into me? So I think that's really important. And I agree. I think even as a mentor, it's important for me to kind of feel somewhat of a connection to her, to feel like, all right, who I am and what I am will really help in some way, shape, or form. You never really know, because as great of things as she said about me, I know my flaws, I know what I'm not, I know what I am. I see myself when I wake up in the morning, so I know that I'm not always so fabulous, but it's cool to kind of know that there's something that she saw in me that kind of made her want to be my sis. We're having a moment. Okay, all right, I'm done with the moment. Okay, so we've talked about how there's a lot of similarities, which kind of makes a good mentoring relationship, but obviously, when you're mentoring someone, usually there's somewhat of an age gap. I'm not gonna say how much of an age gap.
15 years.
You wasn't, you're supposed to be covered and look out for me.
My bad. My bad.
But the good thing is, with them being an age gap, obviously there's some experience that happens, but you also find out that as much as you have things in common, there are some things that are a little bit different. So, for you, what would you say is your favorite music that you like to listen to?
My favorite artist, Life Jennings, hands down.
Really?
Life
I didn't know
Jennings.
that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
See, we learned something new around from the camera.
Hands down. I don't really have another favorite artist. Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah. We don't have to talk about that off camera. I was not expecting that answer for sure. I mean, for me, it's funny because, I listen to some of everything. I really love R&B. Mary J. Blige has been one of my favorite. Faith Evans has been one of my favorite for a long time. So I kind of love that up north feel. I love up north hip hop. So from Biggie and Busta Rhymes, and I know I'm going.
Yeah, that's definitely y'all time.
Really? Mm-hmm. What is? You know what?
Back in the day.
That's what we're gonna do right now. I can appreciate some people that are here now. Okay. Don't hate. Of course, I love R&B. I love gospel music. I love a lot of the hip hop that's now, but I like lyrical stuff. I need you to say something about something, okay? I don't understand a lot of this what is that? You can't even hear what they're saying. I just need words. If you can give me some good words. Okay, so on a typical Saturday night, what do you like to do?
I like clubbing.
Mm-hmm.
I like going to karaoke bars. Yeah, I like to do karaoke a lot. If there's a karaoke bar around.
What you sing when you do karaoke?
Well, I've been singing a little bit of Beyonce.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, definitely some Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Now, I can't really sing, but I think it's more so the atmosphere.
And that's why I need to see it, because I've heard. Yeah, I've heard it. And see, for me, a typical Saturday night, I mean, when I was in college, I did enjoy more house parties. I was never really like the club girl, which I know you're not the club girl, but I never enjoyed that experience as much as kind of like just kicking it. But you know, I will be happy sitting on my couch on a Saturday night with some movies and some food. Yes, that is the turn up.
Negative.
That is the turn up for boo. That's the turn up. No, but I will say I like to actually check out like different restaurants. I love to eat. So like a real cool, chill restaurant with friends is nice. Or with my sister, who you can't see her, she's behind the camera pointing at herself because she wants to be involved. It's okay, we love you. But no, so I mean, I think, you know, your interests change. I love traveling, so I will do that. Like on Saturday night, I might drive out somewhere and do something a little bit different.
Yeah, I do like to travel, even though, you know, I don't pay for them, so my parents afford.
I wish I didn't pay for them, Jesus. I wish I didn't. So obviously, one of the things that I think probably really different, which is kind of why our mentorship relationship work, is we're in different aspects of life. So what would you say are more of the things that you're really focused on and that are most important to you right now?
I'm just trying to get through college and just making sure that, you know, I'm on the right path to where I want to be in life. Make sure my grades are on point, making sure that I stay mentally and physically and emotionally just prepared.
Yay! See, she's so good. She's on the right track. And see, me, I've been in that spot. I think for me, where I am in life right now is trying to kind of further my career. So what I went to school for, which, you know, we've talked about this. Sometimes what you go to school for doesn't always end up being what you do. But God has a funny way of kind of making things come back, because I am doing what I love now with you here. I think now I'm at the point where I'm focused more on like having a family and marriage and babies at some point. So at least you have someone that once you get to those stages, they'll already be there. So
and that's why she's my mentor.
Yay, and that's why she's my mentee.
Get you a mentor.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed this segment of Little Big Sis, as I got a chance to introduce you to one of my mentees. Yay, Destiny. Destiny, did you enjoy being here?
I did. I loved it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. Well, for those of you that aren't watching from week to week, make sure that you are, at least watch every time that I have a segment that comes on. So in order for you to do that, you'll have to hit the subscribe button so you can be some of the first people to know that. So I know it's down here somewhere. I know I'm not pointing it yet. I think it's like over here something like that. So make sure that you subscribe. Also, if you're not following on social media, because I like to let you know what I have going on next when it comes to the show, you can follow at ShaniSpeaksNow, and that's on Instagram, that's on Twitter, and anywhere else on social media that you might be. And just keep on watching, because I'm having fun doing something that I love, and hopefully you're getting a chance to enjoy watching it. Well, you know what? It's the end of the show, and you know the motto. Always keep the faith.
And let the Lord fight your battles.
Yes, boo. Let him know. That's it. Until next time. Bye. And this week, I'm really, really excited because I am also debuting a new, and I forgot what I was going to say. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. No, just leave it. I'll just start back from this part.
She premiered new y'all from ATL.
New y'all. New.